Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Check out the hockeybettingpodcast.ca. We got a number of books that have joined up with us and have incredible sign-up offers for you to play hockey with that first deposit. Get on board. Go to the hockeybettingpodcast.ca. Click the link, sign up, and have some fun with us.
You're listening to the Hockey Betting Podcast with your hosts, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas and Cam Stewart in Toronto. This is the Hockey Betting Preview for Thursday, April 8th, 2021. And now live from Las Vegas, your host of the Hockey Betting Podcast, Brian Blessing.
All right, folks, here we go. The Hockey Betting Podcast. Check out the website and the books with the introductory offers. Brian Blessing in Vegas. Cam Stewart is in Mississauga. And my friend, this is a wild weekend, buddy. We're racing towards the trade deadline. All kinds of goofball stuff's going to happen on the weekend. Let's just focus on what's in front of us. You good with that? Hey, by the way, let's start with this. How about
Islanders?
It? The Islanders pick up Zajac and Palmieri.
Huge.
Big move for the Islanders. Does that make them a true contender?
I thought they were a contender before. Kyle Palmieri, in my opinion, is one of the more underrated players. Travis Zajac's a pro. They give up a first-round pick and some prospects. The Islanders are going for it. Lou Lamoriello's basically said we're all in, and when he goes for it, he goes for it. I think it's a great move for the Islanders, Brian. I love Kyle Palmieri. I think a lot of teams are going to be sitting back going, damn it, the Islanders got him before us.
I wouldn't sleep on Zajac with him.
That's what I'm saying. Zajac's awesome, too. Like, the Islanders are good now.
They were desperate after losing Lee.
That's the thing. After Lee, they had to do something, but I really like what they did. And they can play any style. They beat Washington 1-0, and now we get some goal scoring. I just love the two acquisitions.
Lou Lamoriello knows what he's doing. All right.
He's a smart man.
All right, and we'll see if that opens up the doors on the trade deadline or not. But that's one of the big boys off the market. Taylor Hall had been rumored maybe to be going to the Islanders. So now I think Colorado and Toronto supposedly are two teams that are knocking on the Sabres' door for Taylor Hall. We'll see what happens with that. All right, let's go. Let's deal with Thursday. By the way, good call to you, my friend. The other day you talked about we kind of talked it out. You're saying how good Mrazek was playing. Carolina got the win over the Panthers, and now they're $1.50 back-to-back games. Total is 6. You know, in Florida, Quenneville's done a great job. I got a funny feeling, man. They come right back with Mrazek. You know, we love Carolina. Florida always, isn't it about this time of year they give themselves a cushion and they're in. But isn't this about the time Florida starts to wane a little bit?
Yeah, and Carolina came back the last time they played Florida. I think the price kind of tells you, and we were on Carolina the last game that we won, and the books kind of say, hey, Carolina's a little bit better than Florida. The total, I don't know what to do with this game, really. Last game looked like it was going under, Brian, and you saw the late goals and the pull goalie. Like, that game was it was way under, and then all of a sudden there was goals. There were 7 goals total in that game, but I kind of lean Carolina. I just think they're the real deal, and Florida's getting a price, but I'm with Carolina here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm sticking with the Hurricanes. Tough game, though.
All right. Now, you don't get this often. You get the Lightning with revenge. We kind of, one for the little guy. I hope you folks listening out there, we said maybe just do yourself a small favor and throw Columbus on a small parlay, toothpicks to Lumberyard. Sure enough, Cammy, they won the game 4-2. Now we get the rematch. Tampa Bay hates these guys, Cam. I mean, they're like, are you kidding? These guys, why can't they beat these guys?
I don't know what it is. And the minute that game was 0-0, I just had a vision of your voice. Cameron, Columbus. It was you having a smoke saying Columbus always plays Tampa tight. And I live bet them and actually did very well, Brian. And I think you can't bet Tampa Bay, even though it's I think it's a double revenge spot for the Lightning. It's Columbus or nothing for me.
Who needs more is Columbus.
I know. So I'm thinking Columbus. We've bet against Tampa. Tampa Bay, they tripped up against Detroit. They trip up against Columbus. They still feel pretty good. We know they're going to the playoffs. Columbus just plays these guys well. It's jackets or nothing. And take a look at the price, 75, 80 cents. That's a huge dog right there.
All right. Yeah. Listen, last game was 4-2. Korpisalo going against Vasilevsky here. I don't know. Over than under? I don't know.
No, the last game it was 4-2, but they got it was close to the number. I don't. If you have an opinion of the total, I don't. I just like.
I don't.
I just think Columbus are nothing for me.
Hook me up. In full disclosure, here we're doing this on Wednesday night.
Yep.
So Montreal, Toronto still underway. So we're getting back-to-back nights. Winnipeg is in Montreal waiting for them. And am I missing something here? And they're making. Am I right about that? Winnipeg's not playing tonight.
Yeah, no, but Winnipeg's also, if you saw the story, Blake Wheeler's out indefinitely. That's a big loss for them.
Concussion.
Yeah, I still like Winnipeg. I still like Winnipeg at that price.
They're sitting waiting for Montreal.
I agree.
How's the number so big?
Montreal gets respect from the books. It's a tough game with Toronto. Like right now, as we're taping, it's tied. I like Winnipeg. You're giving me plus money on the Jets. Even without Wheeler, I think they band together. I'll tell you one thing. Jake Allen has been a hell of a lot better than Carey Price. If Price was in net this game, the Leafs would be winning. I like Winnipeg in this spot.
Hey, listen, Rangers put it to the Pens the other night. They come back. Rangers $1.20 at home. The total's $6. The one thing I'd say, hey, Rangers, make it a push, and you got Panarin back, and that's all well and good. They're not making the top four. They're making a run at it, but it's not going to happen. I'm wondering if this is the classic over than under. Although, Pittsburgh's goalie's nothing to write home about.
I don't know what to do with this game. People are going to come back to Pittsburgh. I like the way the Rangers are scoring. They also give up goals. I'm not comfortable taking an under here, Brian. I'm sorry.
I know.
I just can't do it. Like, these teams put together, 12 goals the last time they play. I'm going to pass on this game. I'm not confident to take Pittsburgh. Right. I like the next game on the board. I do have an opinion on.
Okay. Boston's at Washington.
Yep, that's the one.
Here, Washington's $1.15. The total is 5.5 to the over. Can I guess what your angle is? Can I guess?
Sure.
Okay. The Jeremy Swayman kid, God bless him. He cost me the other night. Philly had to have the game. They threw the sink at him. The kid's NHL debut. The kid was phenomenal. Won the game for the Bruins. Is this not Gonzaga playing Baylor after having played the UCLA game? Is this not the letdown of all letdowns for the Swayman kid?
If the Washington Capitals are Baylor, yeah, you've read my mind. I'm taking Washington in this spot.
That's what
They're
I'm
coming
saying.
out exactly. Brian, we should be like we're almost like related. Like you can read my mind. I don't know how many miles away you are, thousands of miles.
Hey,
you know exactly what I'm doing.
I love short stories.
Yeah, I like Washington. Yeah. Sorry, dude, I can't even breathe. I'm so damn tired. Washington, I like the Capitals. I think it's a great spot for them. And also coming off that loss to the Islanders, where they lost 1-0. I think they're going to be a real bad mood. This is not a good spot for Boston. Give me Washington.
Philly's a bunch of yahoos. Islanders laying $1.65. Now, the one good thing is, basically, I don't know. I would think there's a chance, but I don't know if they, the COVID testing and throwing them into a new locker room. But literally, you've got the guys, Palmieri and Zajac, can drive to this game after the trade. If they play, the Islanders play like men possessed. Even without them, the Islanders probably have a real bounce in their step because of the trade. I don't know.
Yeah, first of all, I probably would lean Islanders. I don't like the price. Do I feel confident with Philadelphia? No. The Islanders played an under last game. I got to believe, though, 5.5, Brian. Like, I thought you'd be coming to the over with this game with Philadelphia just because they still lost to Boston 4-2. Aren't they going to give up some goals? Their back end and goaltending reeks. So do I want to lay it with the Islanders? No. I think we'd probably go over in this game. I don't love it, but I think it has to be looked at 5.5.
All right. This one, buddy, you've got to explain to me. Now, New Jersey.
I've been betting Buffalo.
Oh, listen, wait a minute. Let me real quick. This is what we try to tell you on this show. The 18-game losing streak, we were talking totals. Now, I'm not going anywhere near these guys. I bet them the Flyers game, they should have won and lost. Then they win the next night plus $1.70. Then they beat the Rangers. And they're still this ridiculous plus price. This just tells you how the odds makers really don't pay attention in many respects to hockey. Buffalo's a dog's breakfast. I get it. But since Linus Ullmark, an NHL goalie, has returned, they are winning hockey games. They're winning now more than they were losing. They just beat the Devils. The Devils just got rid of two of their best players, and Buffalo's at home, and they're a plus price. How is that a plus price?
Well, we'll take it at a plus price. If Ullmark's playing, Buffalo makes the card big. As you said before, we've been on them. I'm going to take them. every type of situation. They should have swept Philadelphia. We're on them against the Rangers. We're on them against New Jersey. We'll take them again against New Jersey. Buffalo, that's the play. And remember, guys, and we talk about this on all our shows, Brian, organizations try to tank, players don't. There's a lot of guys in that Buffalo lineup that are playing for to put on a uniform next year.
You know what?
Maybe to be at another team or something else. No one's a quitter.
I honestly, God, I've had nothing to look forward to this entire year, right, with these clowns. You know what? I'm 90% certain this, I think his name is Artus Ruotsalainen.
Yeah, he's good.
He was a prospect. I thought he could have made the roster opening night. He was with the team. He didn't play the other night. I think the kid's making his NHL debut. I can't wait to watch the kid play.
What do they got? They got a Roostalainen and a Ristolainen?
Roostalainen.
What the hell's going on?
Rasmus Dahlin, Rasmus Ristolainen.
Yeah, Jesus, gee, I don't know what's going on. Go to Finland. Buffalo Finns. I don't know what's happening.
Do make a trade and get hired. Go out and find John Smith, please.
I agree. And they've traded for who's the guy in Vegas? Smith. He's got like the most.
The problem is there's no fans and they're awful. They've been losing money left and right. And they're putting all these extra letters on the jerseys.
It's a good point. Yeah, you can't afford. I told you it's a Lou Franciscetti. You need 2 jerseys over the shoulder. I don't know what to do, but I'll tell you one thing: Buffalo will be bet in this.
Yeah, I like it. Nashville, Detroit. I always call on you for Detroit. But Nashville, $160 on the road.
I don't see. The thing about Nashville is they played like junk, and they still found a way to get it done, and they beat Detroit in a shootout. Saros is still.
By the way, they're in. If it ended today, they're in.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They understand. I think they're actually going to be angrier in that game. They didn't play well, and they understand we can't take Detroit lightly. I kind of like Nashville. I just don't like the price. I'm not betting Detroit, Brian.
Well, I know you're Mr. Plus 1.5. Would you take a dinky little fun parlay?
Detroit?
No, Nashville on the puck line, maybe?
No, I don't play Nashville puck lines because they win a lot of tight games. That's why I'll parlay them. I won't.
Yeah, I'm not going there. All right. Then I'm looking. Let me check real quick. We always say we're going to do this fast. I promise I'm doing this fast. Dallas is 5 behind the Blackhawks and still have 3 games in hand. And that was a big win for the Blackhawks the other night. I mean, Dallas has got to do a circle the wagon things like your season.
I don't know. They were down 3-0 in that game. Then they decided to wake up and almost tied it. So if Dallas plays a game from the buzzer and they start actually playing, they'll beat Chicago. I don't know if that's
wait a minute.
possible.
So let me ask you this. I did not see this. Let me ask you. So you're saying they made a big push at the end of that game?
Yes, they did.
All right, I'll tell you what. If this game's close to a pick'em, how about Dallas carries the momentum of the way where they're mad, revenge. They carry the momentum of the way the game ended, and you don't trust them. How about Dallas minus a short number, minus a dime, minus 15 cents in the first period? I like that.
They always come out slow, though, Brian. That's another thing. It's like I like your angle, but it's just they're a weird team, man.
They are a weird team.
I just don't know what to think. Yeah, I could agree with that. They just find ways to just disappoint you. Like when you expect them to come out hot, they come out cold. Then they battle at the end. And I lean Dallas in this spot. If they show up, I think they can beat Chicago.
All right, give me 30 seconds on this before we get to Friday. Vancouver, Calgary was supposed to play tomorrow night. This thing in Calgary is a nightmare. 25 guys. They insist
in Vancouver.
They insist they're playing. Vancouver's playing next week. Cam, I'm real. There's a bunch of stuff. You just got in Ontario. You got a stay-at-home order extended for a month. God bless you. That's nuts. And this Vancouver thing, Cam, I could honestly. There's a part of me says because Vancouver's not making the playoffs, maybe they're better served to shut them down and not drag other teams with them.
I kind of think that. And I'll tell you another thing is, you see what happened in this Leafs-Canadiens game? There's a story that Nylander didn't play tonight because of a COVID situation. We don't even know. Like, I'm telling you, this is a nightmare.
You know what's going on in the North?
Brian, I live here. They literally opened up businesses for like a couple days. Like, this is the worst thing. You shouldn't even have opened it up. You gave people false hope, and now they're all like, "Yay, we're going to finally actually be able to do stuff." Another shutdown for a month.
You know what? I'm not going to get into the whole thing. But the stay-at-home order, this thing doesn't spread outside; it spreads inside.
I know it does. I'm just like, honest to God, man.
God bless you. I know
Brian,
you're stuck
that's the
at
thing
home.
I try to tell people. It's like I don't think they understand what I'm saying. It's not like it's different here than other places. Things are not open. There's nothing to do. There's a bank and a grocery store and home. There's nothing else. I can't go to a bar. Like I look at pictures in Vegas there, like people are still in mass having a good time. I'm like, I would literally like give thousands of dollars to get the hell out of here. But anyway,
right.
I think they should shut down. I think they should shut down Vancouver. It's a problem.
Here, I think what's going to happen though, and it's very important. We get the trade deadline Monday, and we're going to really know the new landscape after Monday.
For sure.
We have the one trade tonight. But I'm telling you, Cam, the way this is going, I don't think you do the North winner that comes down here. I think you bring the North playoff participants down to the States and put those 4 teams in a bubble.
I agree.
And I think that makes sense. If this is going like that up there, bring these guys down, Buffalo, wherever, pick a city, let the 4 teams, let them fight it out and get the winner, and the winner's already in the States. I think you have to do that, and I think they got to consider it.
I agree with you, man. It's getting to a point where Brian, I don't even know what the heck's going on anymore. These guys are already flying all over hell's countryside and Vancouver. I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you one thing: when you're talking about players having no energy and barfing and doing all that stuff, it doesn't seem like a team that's going to be ready to play next week.
No. All right, let's go to Friday. Listen, hard to gauge.
Edmonton, Ottawa is the final game on that day. I'd actually look at Ottawa. Edmonton won a squeaker tonight. I think Ottawa might be a live dog. I know they've lost their 0-8 against Edmonton, but they're going to be close.
They had great chances to tie that game at the tail end.
I think they can win that game. Edmonton's starting to separate, so Ottawa at plus 165 might be worth a look.
The Stutzla kid is so much fun to watch. He's a
wicked player. I agree.
All right, Friday, Pittsburgh, Jersey. Jersey's in Buffalo. Pittsburgh plays the Rangers. Pittsburgh has an easier trip to the Islanders game, to the Devils game. And I almost don't care what the Pittsburgh Rangers result is. I think Jersey could be packing it in here.
I think Jersey's got a big problem. They've obviously said they're sellers, right? And without those guys, I don't know how many games they're going to win. I like some of the young players on that team. Pittsburgh's got to figure it out and get points. So, yeah, I would lean Pittsburgh, but they're going to be a big favorite in that game, Brian. Rangers, Islanders, always fun in the battle in New York. These teams hate each other. What do you think of this one?
You know what? I think on the premise that Palmieri and Zajac don't play immediately, this could be the game they make their debut. I think the Rangers are, they're interesting now and they're playing good. They're not going to get there. I think the Islanders put it this way: when Palmieri and Zajac play, I think they're going to get a big bump the game they play, and this could be the one they make their debut.
Yeah, I agree. And I told you we liked the Islanders before. I really like them now. Those are great acquisitions. The perfect type of players for the playoffs too. Palmieri and Zajac, great move, Islanders. Got to hand it to Lou Lamoriello, man. This guy's he's a savant. Like that. And I'll tell you, other teams are sitting back going, damn it. Like the Islanders beat us to the punch, and they needed it. You said it. Anders Lee hurt. Good on them, man. They're at least they're going down swinging. I respect that.
Sorry, kids. This is an educated guess, but here's what we'll tell you on Friday. Doing this in advance. Washington is at Buffalo. Washington plays Boston at home. Actually, we did do that game.
Yeah,
you loved Washington. Listen, Washington hops into Buffalo, and Buffalo plays back-to-back days. Here's the deal. My belief would be you get Ullmark, you're probably going to get Tokarski in this game. And
over?
Buffalo scoring a little bit. How about Washington in the over?
I agree with that. Wholeheartedly. Minnesota, St. Louis, wow.
Well, we
Blues, are they dead? Are they alive? They're here. They're not there.
We're doing full disclosure, kids. We're recording this Wednesday night.
I'm actually on Minnesota against Colorado, Brian. That was big stones tonight, but I'm also on Vegas, and they're losing to St. Louis right now, which I should have known better.
I said this on my shows. We mentioned this on a podcast. I'm not saying they're going to get there, Cam. There's a lot that's wrong here. And you know that, what's his name? Armstrong's a crazy man trade-wise. Who knows what St. Louis does? Right now, they're killing Vegas. If they hang on and win this game, they got to play Minnesota, Vegas, and Colorado a boatload. If St. Louis ever got in the playoffs, watch out, because they beat really good teams to get back in it. And they've got back class. I know they've been a bunch of puke so far this year. I just can't draw a line through them.
It's hard to, but I kind of drew a line through them. I will say this, Brian, the effort it's going to take for them to even get there. they might be out of gas before the playoffs. And I know we like to take teams that are on a heater before they get in. I just think the Blues have dug themselves a big hole. Those are tough teams to beat. I think Minnesota's better than them. I think Minnesota's better than people think, and I'll probably lean Minnesota. If I can bet Minnesota against Colorado, you're damn right I can bet them against St. Louis. Wow, the next game, Arizona and Vegas. Oh God, Arizona needs points.
Well, I can tell you this: Fleury's playing in the game on Wednesday night, so you're going to get Leonard in this game. Let me tell you something, Cam. The goalie soap opera thing's about to start again in Vegas. You had Fleury for the longest time, Vezina, this, that, and Leonard's back. And since he's returned, he has gotten better, Cam, with each game. Rebound control, the whole 9 yards. Leonard is looking real stout, and makes really the trade deadline. I'm not saying they're moving either one of the goalies, but this is a soap opera that's got to resolve itself at some point. But Leonard's making his case again.
He is. Fleury's had an opportunity, but now it was working before. This is bad. He needed to show up against the Blues to get 2 quick goals against him. That's not a good look.
Oh, it's not his fault. I
know it's not his fault. I know it's not his fault.
I'm just saying he stopped a breakaway with a great glove. I mean, this could be 4-0. St. Louis has tilted him.
Yeah,
but you watch Vegas come back. I mean, because it's still St. Louis.
I hope they do, because I'm going to live bet them. I don't know if you're going to give me the yay or nay, but I'm going to probably, if Leonard's in that, I think that's scary. Arizona, we'll see what happens. They have a huge game. We talked about the loser leaves town match against the Kings. So we can't bet this game right now. I'm going to have to pass.
No. I will tell you this, though. Regardless of what happens, just having watched a lot of Minnesota recently, I mean, they're no fun to play against. Now, Colorado kind of has their number. But let me tell you something. Colorado playing Anaheim after playing Minnesota, this is going to be such a breath of fresh air. I like the over in this game.
I agree with that. Anaheim's actually played well against S.J. Sharkey. Beat him 5-1. This is the thing, Brian. We laugh about teams in the NBA, and Orlando Magic had no players. They went on a heater. All they were doing was winning with nobodies. Anaheim, that's the way. It's all professional sports. People just assume these teams are going to lose. They played loose and made the San Jose Sharks look bad in a 5-1 win. I don't want to bet on Anaheim, but I will take the over with you. Kings and Sharks, what do you say about this game? I will say one thing. The Sharks own the Kings this year. But they looked, and if they put a performance in like they did against the Ducks, their season will go down the toilet.
Sharks are making a push here, and you know what I'd say. I wonder if one game correlates to the other. That they're saying, okay, Arizona's playing a couple against Arizona. We got a couple against the Kings. We take care of business by the end of the weekend. We're in 4th place, or we're right there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, San Jose had a great opportunity. I just think they took the Ducks lightly. They hate the Kings. These teams hate each other, California rivalry. And so far this year, San Jose's beaten them every time. So I'm probably going to go back to S.J. Sharkey, and I'm not sure if that's the right move, but that's what I'll be doing.
Let me put a smile on your face as we end this. Hello, friends. Welcome to Butler Cabin.
Yeah, I can't wait, Brian. I just want to win some money this week, and that would be great. I already took Justin Thomas at 11-1. Cantlay, I like him a lot, and we'll find a couple bombs out there too. I think your Kokrak and Harmon plays look like 2 bombs I can get behind.
Yep, and you know what I did, Kim? Just because, and last thing, it's an overlay, and I said, honestly, for the rest of your life, and the price was never worth it. I'm not saying he's winning this thing, but I would drive to Mississauga and lock myself in the door with you for a month if Bubba Watson won this thing and I didn't have something. He's 80-1, Cam.
Yeah, I know
the course sets up for him, and he played pretty good in the match play. So I put a couple of shekels on Watson only because I wouldn't make it to Sunday night if he won this thing and I didn't have a couple of bucks. 80-1?
Yeah, I've never forgiven myself when Torbjorn Olesen, before beating up people and pissing on planes, was 150-1, and I thought I bet him and I didn't. I was literally in a depression for a long time.
That could be the name of a movie. There was snakes on a plane.
Yeah, Torbjorn Olesen pissing on a plane. Gone.
Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Hey, we hope you like what you're hearing. And if you do, hit the subscribe button and give us a review, give us a rating. Most importantly, enjoy the hockey and keep coming back to the Hockey Betting Podcast.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction, as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At the Hockey Betting Podcast, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling. And do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.